Today we're looking at the FIFINE K688, and this is a microphone that has been out in the market for a while, but to this date I've never had the opportunity to try it before. We're also going to be taking a look at the BM88 low profile mic arm from FIFINE as well. I've been using them for about a week now, and right off the bat you can get this combo for right around $100. And to me, the value that offers is unbeatable, and no other mic and arm combo comes close for that price. FIFINE was kind enough to supply both the microphone and the arm for review. I get to keep them, no money exchanged hands. Everything I have to say, either good or bad, is my personal opinion, and they will be seeing this review at the same time you do. I'm going to be using the microphone for the entirety of the video, so you can have an idea of how it sounds with no post-processing. The unboxing experience for the K688 was quite simple. You get your microphone, along with some documentation on how to set it up, and a 6-feet USB-C to A cable. On the body of the microphone, you have a USB-C and an XLR port. You also have a headphone jack for live monitoring, a headphone volume and mic gain knobs, and on the front you have a capacitive mute button. The microphone also comes with a shock mount, which is quite nice and does a decent job at helping with vibrations. One of the main selling points for this microphone is that you can use it with either USB directly to your computer or with an audio mixer or interface via an XLR cable, making it very versatile. The microphone, in my opinion, is very elegant looking, much more so than the square and RGB featured AM8, which I reviewed before. This one takes the cake for me in the looks department versus that other microphone from FIFINE. The specs between those two microphones are very similar, and in some cases they can be also close in price depending on the sale they're running. You cannot go wrong with either one you choose. Now, the knobs on the K688 feel much firmer and have a little bit more resistance when turning them compared to the AM8 ones, which feel a bit flimsy in my opinion. This is a dynamic microphone with a cardioid polar pattern, which means that it's meant to capture what is directly in front of it and helps reject background noise. During my testing, it does a very decent job at it. I'm in a somewhat noisy environment right now. My fan is on and pointing at me. The PC is on and it's somewhat loud, and there's a little bit of background noise outside my house. You tell me how it sounds. I'm going to now be testing the mute button to see if there's any feedback when you press it. I'm going to repeat exactly that same sentence a few times, just so you can listen how it sounds. Testing the mute button to see if there's I'm going to be testing the mute button to see if there's Now switching my attention to the BM88 boom arm, which I am using right now. In the box, you're going to find the mic arm itself, the clamp that you would use to attach it to your desk, a 3/8 to 5/8 adapter, and a somewhat flimsy bow head. The arm features a cable management rack that's covered by a piece of plastic that clips into place. Each portion of the arm measures about 11.8 inches in length and can swivel 360 degrees on its joints. According to FIFINE, this arm can handle about 1.5 kilograms or 3.3 pounds in weight, and as you can see right now, it supports the weight of the K688 without any problems. I really like the design of this arm. Looks very minimal, and the cable management rack, although plastic, it's a nice touch. As far as the construction is concerned, take everything I'm about to say with the caveat that this mic arm, it's right under $60, sometimes a bit lower if there's a sale, and I'm coming from using the Elgato low profile mic arm, which is almost twice the price. The best way I can describe this one is that it's decent. It just feels somewhat cheap in some parts, like it's very obvious that corners had to be cut somewhere to make it to this price. It's not very heavy on its own. The bowl head, like I said before, feels very flimsy as soon as you start to lose it up, And while the plastic covers are welcomed for cable management, they also feel cheap and out of place in something that it's made out of metal. But none of these things are really deal breakers for me. Yeah, the build quality could be improved, but again, this just costs around $60. And if I was buying at this price point, I can live with those little nitpicks. The way I see this is as a nice budget option for anyone looking into getting their first microphone and mic arm. A few years ago, getting a mic arm like this one was not cheap. I think the cheapest decent option that you could probably find was the Elgato low profile mic arm, and that's already $100. I think FIFINE is on a good path here, and if they can improve those little things I mentioned without increasing the cost too much, I think they have a winner in my opinion. I know I talked quite a bit about the Elgato low profile mic arm in this video, and I don't want to turn this video into a comparison between those two. But let me know in the comments if that's something that you would want to see, and I'll see if I can make a detailed comparison between both arms. But to give you the TLDR right now, I don't think that this one is an Elgato low profile mic arm killer. That one is a much better quality mic arm in my opinion, but I think this one is very decent on its own. And that would wrap it up for this one. I hope you liked this video and found some value in it if you're looking into purchasing this microphone and arm combo. I will leave links in the description if you want to pick these up. And don't forget to hit me up in the comments if you have any questions, and I'll be happy to answer them. If you would like to see a review of the FIFINE AM8, which I mentioned before in the video, you can watch it here. Thank you for your time, and I'll catch you guys in the next one.